Let's make the most delicious savory codfish fritters, fusion style, of course. I'm here for it. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start by rinsing our codfish, soaking our codfish, and boiling it twice. Yes, twice. You heard it right. Codfish can be very, very salty. So we're gonna prep our codfish by boiling it, pouring that water off, and then boiling it again before we actually shred our codfish and get it ready for the most delicious codfish balls you have ever tasted. So our codfish is just about finished boiling. We're gonna drain and shred and prep these and get this ready for making our codfish fritters. It is gonna be so delicious and it's gonna be loaded with Caribbean fusion spices and fresh herbs, and we're using not refined flour, we're going to be using some spelt flour, so we're actually making this a little bit hearty. So first we're going to start by adding some mashed potatoes to our codfish. And again, yes, we're going to be using spelt flour. We're out with the refined flours for 2023. The spelt is more heartier, and we're adding 2 cups of spelt flour to the mixture. After adding our spelt flour, we're going to add some chopped yellow onions, followed by half a cup of chopped green onions. We're also going to add some chopped red bell peppers, about another half a cup, and you can dice these really nice and fine. We're going to add some fresh thyme. You can also do this in the food processor if you like to make the seasoning really chopped really fine. And I'm adding about 2 cloves of garlic to the mixture, and then I'm adding a tablespoon of turmeric. We're keeping this on the hearty side. You know, turmeric is anti-inflammatory. And then we're going to add the very essential Caribbean Fusion Spice It Right all-purpose season, and I'm going in with at least 2 teaspoons of our Caribbean Fusion Spice It Right all-purpose season, and there we're going in really heavy with the spiced fish fry and seafood seasoning, and I'm adding like 2 tablespoons. These are loaded with herbs and low in sodium, so you don't need to worry about the salt. And of course, don't forget the peppers. You can actually add chopped scotch bonnets if you have them, or habanero peppers. I'm actually going to add both. I am adding the tamarind chutney, simmering pepper sauce, and I'm going to add some hot peppers along with a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to start by adding a half a cup of water, and we're going to slowly mix the mixture to incorporate everything. And then we're going to keep adding the water a little bit at a time until we get to a sticky consistency. I added a total of about a cup of water to the mixture before I start frying them up. This is looking so good already. Now, if you guys don't want to use codfish, feel free to use some salmon. You can use salmon or your favorite fish. Just flake the fish and then continue as the directions. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue mixing this until it's totally incorporated. It's getting a little sticky. You may need to add a little bit more water, but we're just about ready to go and get these fried up. Now I have my hot oil and I have my stove turned to medium heat, and you can regulate the heat as you go. I'm going to use a nice little scoop, and I'm using one of those ice cream scoops to actually scoop these into nice little fritters. You can actually create balls if you like, but I'm going to drop these as fritters. They're a little bit softer, but the oil is really, really hot, and I am going to cook these for about, say, 4 minutes on each side. We want to make sure that the oil and everything is fully cooked through to give you that nice crunch and all the flavors are coming together. It's smelling so good already. I can't wait for you guys to try this recipe. Now let's give these a nice flip. Time to turn them. We're going to give it a nice flip and continue cooking each side for another 4 minutes. We're going to take these out and then we're going to drain them on some paper towel to get that excess oil from our delicious Caribbean Fusion fritters. Guys, if you have not checked out the Caribbean Fusion website, hop on over. It's Caribbean Fusion Sauces and Spices.com, where you have all your sauces, spices, teas, and marinade. We carry the healthiest gourmet brands that you will love. So time to add our second batch and get these fried up. Again, guys, you can regulate the heat to make sure it's not too hot, and you can fluctuate it in between medium low to medium high depending on how hot your oil is. You always want to keep your oil to temperature when you're making this recipe. Let's give our second batch a nice turn. Let's be warned, once you start eating these, you're going to need another and then another. It's Caribbean Fusion Savory Codfish Fritters. Now let's go ahead and drain these, and we're going to go ahead and get those on some paper towels. We're just going to rinse and repeat until the process is completed. Let's load up our third batch. Again, remember to fluctuate your heat depending on how hot your oil is. The oil is really sizzling right now, but it's such a nice and simple recipe to do. And remember, guys, use spout flour, get away from the refined flour, and try to use more heartier ingredients. So now we're going to remove our final batch from the oil, and we're going to drain them on some paper towel. Simple, delicious, savory codfish fritters by Caribbean Fusion. And there you have it, guys. Savory cod-free fritters by Caribbean Fusion. Let's take some green onions and just garnish these. And you're ready to just dig right in. They look so delicious and smell so good. And as always, it's a pleasure having you here. Bye.